So I got to see Clown in a Cornfield at a drive-in theater early, and I'm going to talk to you about it and let you know what I thought about it, spoiler free. So let's get into it. What's up, guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Void. My name is Alex, and today we're going to be doing a spoiler-free review of Clown in a Cornfield, the book that has become a movie that is actually a franchise in the book world, but will it make it a franchise in the film world after this movie? Well, I'm going to let you know what I think about it early, of course, so you won't be able to see this movie unless you have a drive-in theater that's going to be playing it, which they only had very few select theaters across the country. I think there was like 8, and I happen to live near one of them. More on that here in a little bit. Christina and I, my girlfriend, went to go see this movie. We even got a free poster here, which I thought was really cool. I actually liked the poster. We even met up with our friends at Sinister Cinema Reviews after the movie. You might want to wait till the end of this review to see what I think. Let's put it that way. So what is A Clown in a Cornfield all about? Clown in a Cornfield is based on a fading midwestern town in which this logo character for a company who made the town a lot of money, Frendo the Clown, was the sort of mascot for this company, a symbol of a bygone era and success for the town, now reemerges as a terrifying killer on the loose in a cornfield. And other places too. This is by director Eli Craig, who, if you remember, did Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which happened to be some people and some of my friends' favorite comedy horror movie. Now, it also has some of the returning writers of that. Carter Blanchard and Eli Craig both wrote on that. And Adam Cesare, who did the actual novel of Clown in a Cornfield, which has 3 books. Now, there is some people in this movie that I think will draw a crowd a little bit. You got Will Sasso, which is in this movie, which he plays the sheriff in the movie. You got Kevin Durand, who is the town's owner of the company that Frendo was the mascot for. He's the town oligarch, so to speak. This is a young teen comedy horror that is definitely leaning on the younger side of it. In fact, I'm probably not the target demographic for this type of film, even though I'm closer to it than some. It definitely feels like a younger, more progressive style horror movie with guts, gore, and really bad dialogue. Intentionally done for the effect of comedy. And there's some twists and things in this movie that I thought were kind of a fresh vibe. If you've read the book, you probably know. I have not, but I do know that the movie's supposed to be kind of tropey in the beginning, and then it turns into some fresh new stuff that hasn't been in a movie before. From what I've heard, they haven't been able to fit everything from the book in this movie, and it's kind of a short, changed up, different version of that. I personally had a good time watching it. It wasn't my favorite film this year. I don't even think it will be in my top 10 at all, but it is a movie that I did enjoy and had some laughs that were in this sort of so bad it's good, I got a lot of money movie category, if that makes sense. It's a big budget, kind of so bad it's good film that will resonate with more progressive minds than conservative ones, if you understand what I'm saying. In fact, there's some moments in this film that are gonna upset some people pretty bad. Your typical YouTubers that complain about woke this and that, well, they're gonna be having a field day, a cornfield day with this one.
I'm sorry, I had to.
Your typical guys like that are going to be upset. They're going to be freaking out. There was a guy in the drive-thru that was really upset at some of the moments in this film, and they lay it on pretty fucking heavy. It's kind of on the point. It's not exactly spelled out, so Christina didn't catch it. I personally did, but that's just me. Essentially, these kids, they're basically young kids dealing with the world around them. They're troublemakers in this small town. They're out there kind of, causing a lot of trouble, and the townspeople are not too happy with them. One of the kids happens to be the son of the father who is running the maple syrup company, the syrup company that this Frendo is a mascot for, and he is involved with this new girl who shows up into town with this doctor who are moving in for the very first time, and she immediately befriends all these troublemakers. The Frendo clown comes out to play. And it is a movie that is not trying to compete with It. Nothing like it. And it is not trying to compete with Art the Clown, although you will see some gore in the film. I just personally couldn't see it because the drive-in was so fucking dark. Yeah. Kinda sucks. Glendale Drive-In, you really failed me here in Arizona. Please update your lumens on the screen because it was so dark I couldn't even see faces sometimes, let alone the gore on the screen. Take my review with a bit of a grain of salt. I got the gist of it. I understood, what was going on. I just couldn't see the finer details that I needed to see. There were moments in the film that one of the kids was holding a weapon. I couldn't tell if it was a handgun or a shotgun. Yeah, it was just dark. It's a horror movie, for Christ's sake. It's gonna be dark. But we do get to see Will Sasso and Kevin Durand in here, Kevin Durand does a really good job as the town sort of oligarch or whatever. He has a couple of moments in this film that I was actually pretty impressed by. And he's not much of a character actor. He's done sillier roles. This is something different. And I thought he did a really good job in the film. Will Sasso definitely doing pretty good in this film as the sheriff. The kids in this movie, they are definitely leaning on the heavy dialogue of today's generation. They're acting in ways that today's generation would act in a film. So while this movie may be very tropey in the beginning, it subverts that trope into today's kind of world, and the story does so too. I actually enjoyed it, but it's not a great movie. The dialogue in this movie is so atrocious. It's intentionally done so, by the way. And some of the moments are just so logistically impossible to happen. You're really gonna have to suspend your disbelief in here. But some of the lines that they said were just so bad it's good that it just cracked me up. While this movie may be a big budget success to watch in the theater, and I like seeing a slasher in the theater, it isn't the best film I've ever seen, and it won't be on the top list of my end of the year here. The caveat is I still kind of like it, and there's a piece of me that hopes it gets another sequel. I think a younger demographic is going to like it a little bit more. There's going to be people all over the map on this one. Really weird twists that happen in the film. Some good, some bad. Some good ones that I saw with a horror film that I haven't seen a slasher do, which was really kind of nice. Although I have seen it in kind of other films. They do it a little bit differently in this one. And seeing a killer clown go around killing people is pretty cool for the most part. I would give this one like a 6.5 out of 10. There are some really, and I mean some eye-rolling, cringy dialogue in this movie. I can't say how solid a 6.5 I am, but generally speaking, for the story and like the tone and some of the violence, which I couldn't see on the screen, about a 6 or 6.5 out of 10 for me. And I think most people will be around the same mark, but some people may absolutely love this film, and it may become a cult classic at some point. It just has that appeal to it. But yeah, you're gonna have to taper your expectations back a little bit here, okay? Desperately anxious to see how everybody else likes it. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section down below about the movie, the books, all of it. If you're gonna go see it in the drive-in or at the regular theater, this will be in the theater, obviously, at the regular theaters, but also it's probably coming to AMC Plus and Shudder at some point in time. So if that helps you decide, there you go. Shout out to Sinister Cinema Reviews. We're going to be doing a spoiler review of this movie and talk about it more in depth for about 30 to 45 minutes. After the weekend, this one comes out on the channel here, so keep an eye out for that. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for coming by, and as always, long live the void.